Our top story today is a very interesting one. Business laptops are really out there, the pinnacle of technology right now. We all need them, we all want them. And one of the reasons has been because of AMD. Their Ryzen line of processors is one of the biggest reasons why business laptops went from ho-hum and boring to state-of-the-art technology. And on the show today, we're going to take a look at 3 different laptops from 3 different brands. I'm going to name them for you. The Lenovo ThinkPad T14 Generation 1, HP's ProBook 445G8, Acer TravelMate P2. All 3 laptops carry the Ryzen 5 processor built on the 7nm architecture. You know, this architecture actually creates a lot of excitement. Great performance, manages heat extremely well, very efficient with its power, which results in these laptops being very powerful yet very sleek, very slim. Like I said, they've become really good looking. Let's take a look at this story.
Seems like we've arrived at the pinnacle of a device that has been a part of the world for the longest time, a business laptop. We're in the time and age where business laptops are remarkable with their focus on both form and function. Great battery life, reliable performance, ample security measures, slim and lightweight designs are what business users expect today, unlike the old days where business laptops meant something else entirely. And this big but gradual change has been brought with AMD right at the center of it. Since 1969, AMD has been shaking up the semiconductor chip industry with its innovation. This has always been the aim for AMD, and that is exactly what the Ryzen name has done. With the 7nm Ryzen 5 Pro processors inside, business laptops have reached the pinnacle of their technology, and to put that into perspective, let's have a look at 3 devices from 3 different OEMs which perfectly represent this change. Starting with Lenovo, the ThinkPad is a legendary name in the game, and the ThinkPad T14 Gen 1 only furthers it. It means business in everything about it. And with the Ryzen 5 4650U processor on board, it only gets enhanced in every aspect. Let's start with the design. It's matte black in color with red accents everywhere in classic ThinkPad fashion. It's also extremely lightweight and sleek, all made possible due to the 7nm architecture of the processor inside it, keeping the heat well managed throughout the device, enabling a smaller design. This translates well into performance too. As with the backing of the Ryzen 5 Pro, the laptop can perform extremely well while multitasking. What also gets a big boost because of the internal efficiencies of the Ryzen 5 4650U is the battery life, as the T14 lasts an entire workday very easily. All of this comes with a beautiful 14-inch 1080p touchscreen panel, the best keyboard on a laptop, and an I/O which will satisfy the workflow of every user. Moving on to another line of laptops which has always served the business users well is HP's ProBook. And the ProBook 445G8 stands true to every letter of the family name. It has the AMD Ryzen 5 5600U processor that helps it in doing that. The powerful performance and efficient use of power to output the performance is what the 7nm architecture enables. It comes in a very slim design with metal everywhere around it. Even though there is a 14-inch screen on the laptop, its footprint is far lesser than it should be. This only makes the laptop easier to handle and carry, and since the battery lasts for 13 hours, that is more than enough for every business user. The 445G8 coupled with the Ryzen 5 5600U has found the perfect balance of performance and efficiency, much like the ideals of their users. And all such advantages are delivered with minimal fan noise, a huge trackpad, a great keyboard, and a utility-focused I/O selection. Acer has some skin in the game too. The Acer TravelMate P2 is designed for business users who need a laptop focused on portability with no sacrifices for performance. It has a thin and lightweight design, weighing in at just 1.6 kilos. And this great design does not come at the sacrifice of performance, as has been the case with all laptops equipped with Ryzen 5 Pro processors. The TravelMate P2 is reliable and fast, sifting through Excel sheets, putting out performance numbers, preparing reports, anything you can throw at this laptop, the Ryzen 5 4650U inside it will handle it well. But portability can only do so much. What is also needed is great battery life, and that too is delivered. The 7nm architecture ensures that the heat is managed well and the power consumption of the laptop remains efficient to output battery life that lasts for up to 13 hours. All of this comes with a bright and colorful screen, a smooth trackpad, necessary security features, a perfect merger of every feature needed in a business laptop. And there you have it, 3 devices which perfectly showcase how far business laptops have come and how they have exceeded expectations of not only what they can do but also how they are designed. From everything that we've seen so far, when it comes to laptops powered by the new Ryzen processors, we can confidently recommend them to anyone from a premium business user to small or large enterprise owners. And with the share of AMD Ryzen-powered devices growing every year with every OEM, all business users will be spoilt for choice.
Now let's welcome on the show Mr. Vinay Sinha, AMD's India business lead. Vinay, thank you so much for joining us. We're starting to see some real AMD brand momentum in the market. What do you attribute this to?
The brand momentum, it's out to sea. And honestly, I would attribute it to a multitude of reasons for the same. A, lately, as you would have seen, that we've taken a clear leadership on technology over a competition. B, launching great products led to adoption by the OEMs, which meant that we almost doubled or even more of a consumer plus commercial portfolio across. Consequently, we were bestowed by a coveted award by TRA Research in the semiconductor category. We got the most trusted brand last year, AMD, as well as followed it up with the most desired brand this year.
Okay, great, Vinay. Now, speaking of AMD's great products, I am a big fan. This 500 series mobile processors have been performing very, very well. Can you give me some details why these are such a good solution for business users?
We launched the 5000 series earlier this year, and it's part of the Zen 3 architecture, which has met with a resounding success over the years. We've launched a lot of notebooks based on this Ryzen 5000 series, and it's doing extremely well for the business users. Now, if you look at the 4 pillars broadly required for these kind of customers, it is, performance, security, which is of paramount importance, manageability and efficiency on the way of battery life. These Ryzen 5000 series based notebooks offered by OEM partners offers all of that.
And Vinay, what role is AMD playing in enabling business through technology, especially during current times of pandemic and lockdowns, where people really need their laptop to perform at its highest level?
Typically, let me just take you back on the normal situation that we had, Rajiv. Indian working environment, and I'm talking from the Indian perspective, is, we had a very routine, hard day's work with a long commute kind of an environment earlier. Pandemic has changed it, surely for short term, and I'm pretty sure it's going to have a long term impact too. And the technology has played a huge role, a huge contribution in these times. I think it's going to have a permanent effect as we come out into adoption of a hybrid model. Work from home, work from anywhere, it's going to stay for some time. As we adopt this new work culture, these technology enhancements that we have done, whether it's, making sure that there is encryption and security, we are ensuring that we are providing the virtual private network for more secured work from home environment. All of that is going to get enhanced and is going to further help us adapt this whole hybrid model as we move forward into the pandemic and the post-pandemic era.
Thank you, Vinay. Thank you so much for joining us on the Gadget 360 show.